For this research case study presentation, I have chosen to research and discuss the NHL Lockout negotiation between the players and the owners of the teams in the organization. This negotiation took place between 2004 and 2005. The lockout started on September 15th, 2004. Being a major fan of hockey is what motivated me to discuss this topic. For the positions as stated by Stoudehar in the hockey lockout, the players wanted minimum salaries and playoff bonuses. The league wanted a salary cap and higher fines for players that would disobey the rules. The main interest for the negotiation was that the NHL league and owners wanted a salary cap for the players. This means that once a player's salary hits the cap, they were no longer eligible for a raise. The players were negotiating with the argument of salaries based on market conditions, rather than only a salary cap. There are many techniques that were discussed throughout this course that were used in the negotiation of the lockout. The first that I'm going to talk about is the mutual benefits technique. Because the season was almost over, both parties tried extremely hard to come up with an agreement to see if the season could be saved. When they were starting the negotiation, the initial positions of each party was about how they were going to go about the issue at hand and not how much they were going to be bargaining for. With the rush on the negotiation with the season, they changed their position to numbers because they had run out of time. The second technique that I had noticed within this negotiation was that both parties use objective criteria. The only thing that was being negotiated was money. The players wanted more money, and the owners wanted to cap that amount of money to be made. The third technique that I'm going to mention is how both parties separated the people from the problem. A negotiation in sports is something that is extremely tough to keep from the public. This is especially true when the general public wanted the NHL to come out of the lockout because they wanted to watch hockey. Throughout the negotiation, the owners and the players were able to keep people out of it and focus on the problem at hand: money. Even though they weren't able to come to an agreement before they had to cancel the season, it could have taken much longer had they not separated people from the problem and gone to the press. What they did well in this negotiation is that the players knew the lockout would take some time. Many of them decided to go across seas and play for European leagues to continue to make money while this negotiation was in progress. Also, although this is another thing that is wrong with the negotiation, when they realized that they had lost the season, they began working much harder to come to a conclusion. I feel something that went wrong in this negotiation was the fact that they did not make any reasonable offers until they realized that they may have to suspend the season. Both parties seem to be asking for too much and not budgeting or using their BATNA. In lieu of the season being canceled, they lost more money as an organization altogether. After a long period of time of negotiating, an agreement was reached. They ended up putting a salary cap on the players. The amount that a player could cap at was $39 million for the season of 2005 and 2006. The catch was that it helped with a mutual benefit. If revenue would go up during the season, the salary cap would be lifted. If revenue decreased, the salary cap would also decrease in number. The agreement will foster long term. Basically, both sides are forced to work together. The higher the ratings and the more the revenue for the league, the more money the players will make. The owners will also make more money, as the league itself will gain more recognition, holding more publicity and more people buying into hockey.